Hello to my Virgos. All right, Virgos, let's get right into your Venus retrograde reading. This is going to be is a timeless reading for you. Um, so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Let's get into it. All right. All right. All right, so Virgos, I've already prayed over your cards. And so, like I said, Venus retrograde affects every zodiac sign differently. So, in areas of love, self worth, finances, personal value. And so, you're ruled by Mercury, a planet of analysis and detail. And so, Venus retrograde often forces deep reflection on emotions and relationships. So, as it relates to love and relationships, you want to be reevaluating romantic standards. Exes and unfinished emotional business may be something that you may want to slow down and focus on. Remember, planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace. Communication challenges in love. So you prefer logical discussions, but Venus retrograde may bring misunderstandings or emotional tension that require patience. So you won't be going so into perfectionist. Like, somebody may say they believe this or believe that, and you're like, okay, you don't have any evidence of such and such and such and such. So this is where you're going to have to really kind of go into just more patience, also self-worth and inner criticism. And so this is increased self-criticism. Your perfectionist tendencies might intensify, leading to unnecessary self-doubt about beauty, worth, and achievements. So just slow down and start to really focus on your self-worth, lessons in self-love. Venus retrograde going to challenge you to soften your self-judgment and embrace imperfection instead of seeking external validation. It's time to practice self-compassion. As far as your career and finances, reevaluate financial plans, workplace relationship issues. So it may also affect professional connections. Remember, Venus is not just a planet of love, it's also aesthetics. Your money is associated with the color green, right? So you're not going to be making any purchases, like any big purchases. You want to be also reevaluating financial plans. You may find yourself rethinking spending habits. Avoid large purchases or investments. Workplace relationship issues. Also health and wellness focus. You want to revisit health routines. Balance between work and pleasure. And so how are you going to kind of sort of navigate Venus retrograde is avoid being overly critical of yourself and others. You're going to refrain from making drastic beauty or financial changes. As retrograde, that can be a regret. You can be like, oh, I want to just shave off my hair off or cut some real extra short bangs or have my hair super short after wearing it long for doing any drastic changes. Retrograde can bring changes, can bring struggle for some people because it's almost like things are moving too slow. When really planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace, it just gives you an opportunity to slow down. And then you want to also prioritize self-care and mindfulness. You also want to clarify your values. Let's get into it. I am safe and protected. I am safe and protected. So yeah, you really want to slow down and really, because like I said, you don't want to send out the message that you don't appreciate the beauty, your external and your internal beauty of what source gave you, your financial situation, your creativity, all of those things, right? So let's get a number here. Let's get an angel number here and see. So, all right. 333 equilibrium. So your conversations are going to be about love. Head and heart no longer being at war with each other. It's just making connections, seeing things from a higher frequency, just operating in a spirit of love. Equilibrium. So nurture the mind, body, and spirit connection. Your angels are asking you to balance yourself What area of life feels out of alignment? Get in meditation practice going, embark on a workout routine, or finally start that vision board that you've been procrastinating on. Your angels want you to look at areas of your life that are not fully rounded out and self-correct. Self-correct. All right. Let's get into it. Yep, let's get into it. Yep, let's get into it. All right. Like I said, this color green. You definitely want to detach from energies who are green with envy. Green with envy. Vain, vengeful, and green with envy. If you have any of those kind of friends or anybody around, it absolutely will affect your soil. You're an earth sign. Those are not the seeds you want to plant to grow. All right. People who like to keep people out, make them feel worthless for not having certain things behind closed doors. Oh, they should have this by now. They should have that. And you got kids that's sitting around listening. And they feeling worthless. Yeah. So I feel like you're going to feel like you have this whole new lease on life again when you're operating in the spirit of love. Somebody has sent younger people into people's houses to find out what all they have in their house. We got certain kind of shoes, or you got certain kind of house. You got this going on. Yeah, judging energies, and people are just feeling worthless. People around them are feeling worthless. So Source is saying, you have some energies that are obsessed with judging people, and it's making the younger people around them feel worthless, all for a new lease on life. So somebody that somehow you're connected to stole money or something from somebody, get pictures and all of this stuff of something from somebody, stole something in order for them to get a new lease on life. And Source is saying, you be grateful, speaking it into existence, that something is now behind you, but detach. All for somebody to have a whole new lease on life. These three energies stole something from inside your house, but inside of somebody else's house. You want to reevaluate relationships. Now that you're back in the saddle again. Now that you are back in the saddle again, because judgment is coming down on these energies. There's a Capricorn involved in something that's chained to something. Chained to an organization now for money. Big money. Because of lust, restrictions, being obsessed with money, having this whole new lease on life, but all because they were feeling worthless from childhood. They felt worthless about something. And sitting close to this wolf energy. So Source is saying you got enough information at this point to leave these types of energies outside of your vault door. You got enough energies right now to leave these energies outside of your vault door. So it's saying you've already gone down a rabbit hole and you bought into some kind of fairy tale yourself around the energy of money, and some of it ended up being a nightmare for you, and what people will do and who they will use for money and how they will make people feel worthless for money, and that's not something that you even want to be a part of. You got enough information to put something behind you, and how people end up with drinking problems and drug problems because of money. Because they already feel low, so they're being used to go in behind people's doors, take pictures of stuff, find out what people got going on in their house, and they just feel less and less and less and less and less. So it's just saying how they bought into some kind of fairy tale that they were part of a team or something. Somebody will let them into something so they can feel like they felt like they was worth something. So you got big money coming back to you, but Source is saying this could happen in anybody's family. Learn how to create very firm boundaries and enforce those boundaries around self-worth by being an example. Because somebody was sitting on this ledge listening. This owl was listening to all of it. Heard all of it. So now somebody is chained to something. Chained to the devil. Feeling like a fool. And this is one of your loved ones, by the way. This is what you have in common with somebody. A loved one is chained to an organization and on the hook for a lot of money, because they were masking something. These two energies, these karmics, masking something. Wanting to be a part of something, saw something that looked like it was a lot of money involved, wanted to be a part of something. So it's saying, yeah, during Venus, you are reevaluating these master manipulators around money. You're reevaluating some things and how people will mirror compassion. Mirror compassion. Child, how do you mirror compassion? This source is saying these two energies right here were mirroring compassion, making it seem like they were putting themselves in your place. So this could be somebody's ex. If you have kids with somebody, this could be the ex and a new love interest. Or this could be an ex with them using your kids or whomever to try to make it seem like they're so compassionate. You know how people be putting kids in front of the camera and saying, oh, you know, we're such a perfect family and just look at us, and you know, and we, you know, we've gone through our ups and downs but we made it on through. Source is saying to you, but somebody always feels left out when the camera is turned off. They feel left out, they feel worthless, right? Because they were used for a photo op, you know, on some stage. Because somebody wants to be on stage. They want to be on center stage so bad. They used for a photo op. And now feels worthless. So you're learning how to pray and meditate and slow down. Slow down. Around the energies that you're investing so much time in. This is happening in some people's families. The energy that I'm picking up on is somebody has an ex that used the kids to get back at you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and now people feel worthless because they don't no longer have access to your house. They no longer have access to you. Because they're karmics. They are karmics. That's why it's two of them. They have no more access to you because they are karmics. So the most they can get to you is via telepathy. That's about as close as they can get to you. Somebody has a loved one on the other side that really, really has your back. When people talk about you behind your back and see you as competition, someone that you spent a lot of time around and they made you feel safe when they were alive, possibly when you were younger, when they knew you felt left out or maybe bullied, or, you know, you were in survival mode or whatever. But it's somebody you spent a lot of time around, who invested a lot of their energy into you, who made you feel protected. Who made you feel protected. And they're always with you. They're always with you, just like they're always with this one here. Just like they have a loved one that's with them all the time here. That's why you can't assume that everybody who is left out of things feels like this, right? Some people know their worth. They don't want to be invited behind what's going on behind closed doors because they already know what these people are doing for money. So that's what Source is saying to you. You can toss something into a burning bowl because you and someone are creating something new. Yeah. You can toss something into a burning bowl because your wishes are being fulfilled. Your wishes are being fulfilled with your person. And that's it looks like somebody, like you and your person are down to earth. Y'all have enough information at this point for you and your person coming together in this love situation, a partnership in business or partnership in love, where you will have enough information to be able to spot people who are masking something else. They're not living their truth, whatever it is, and trying to cover it up with just money, houses, cars, a particular lifestyle. You all can spot it, but they feel worthless. They give an impression on the outside, but on the inside they feel worthless. Not everybody wants to be a part of something. As a matter of fact, they're glad they're not invited to stuff. But yeah, but you know who's behind it. You have new and exuberant love coming across your path, and it's protected. It's a protected love that's coming across your path. That is why you're slowing down. Something that's going to feel very much like home for you. Very much. And these are the energies that people was talking about restricting. something is going to feel very, very much like home for you, because you've done the shadow work and so have they. You both have done the shadow work. But something is going to feel very much like home for you. In terms of love relationship, y'all have so much to talk about. But both of you all have thrown some things into a burning bowl. Yep. Yep. Both of you all have Hierophant energy. You all have an innate spiritual understanding of how things could appear one way on the outside, but behind closed doors it could be something totally different. Y'all have an innate spiritual understanding of materialism and how people should be chained, obsessed with money, paper and coins, money, and what they'll do and who they'll use for it. And they don't care how people feel worthless for a photo op. You and somebody have an innate spiritual understanding of how that works. And you all are both emotionally mature. So yeah, this new love coming across your path, they've already done the shadow work, just like you have. But somehow what you all have in common is that people were talking about trying to restrict you all, like trying to make you feel bad for who you love and your spiritual beliefs. Even though we're in the year of 9 and Sagittarius rules the 9th house, the I philosophize sign. So you and somebody have made a lot of investments in creating time and space in hermit mode to learn more about spirituality, to grow your spiritual knowledge. And these energies wanted to restrict you and somebody. So source is saying you're creating something. This is something that you and someone are creating. So something is going to be an exciting relationship with you and someone on this rebirth side, where there is no judgment. There's death to judgment. Being obsessed with, judging a book by its cover. Being obsessed with that. So that's what's going away for you. Testing people when they say they got your back, with some things, but they don't really have your back. They're resenting you secretly behind your back. So yeah, trying to get these two energies, trying to get you looped into a karmic cycle of confusion. Talking about they praying for somebody's strength, all while they're putting people in survival mode. It's horses like, never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a book by its cover. So yeah, your ancestors are definitely watching over you. While these energies, these familiar spirits like to put watchdogs around people to watch everything that they're doing, coming and going out of their house, trying to see what they got going on, trying to see who's coming in and out of their house, what they buy and spend money on, trying to become familiar with every little thing. So yeah, you and somebody are very familiar with these types of spirits. So yeah, Venus retrograde, you're definitely working on not being so critical of self in love, and you're just kind of sort of relaxing a little bit with that, like finding out what your north node is, right? Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment is being tested. So somebody may have committed to something in that last cycle that now your body is trying to sync with the rhythms of the moon, right? Yeah, your commitment is being tested. Whatever was that first quarter moon in the last cycle, yeah, your commitment is being tested. Yeah. The thing about the new moon phase and the waxing crescent moon phase, we're in the waxing crescent moon phase now, is you're setting intentions and you're safe and protected. So the I am, great I am, you're saying I am makes me feel safe and protected. So I'm not looking for somebody outside of me to make me feel safe and protected. Source has already protected you, right? So you don't need to be a part of some kind of organization where you don't know your self-worth, where they participate in making other people feel worthless. So you know your self-worth. So you're surrendering to source inside of you, right? Your ancestors have already sacrificed enough. So you don't want to be sacrificing other people, right? So here we have the King of Wands. So you have a lot of, somebody comes from a long line of protectors. Maybe dad, granddad, uncle, protector. Maybe you have brothers in your family. You come from a long line of people who are protectors. in the family that balance you out. So you don't need to be a part of an organization that's saying that they're protecting you all for while they're making people feel worthless and not being a part of, while also watching them like a hawk, watching them like a hawk to make the rest of their family feel worthless. So you know, you come from a family of men who somebody had felt protected around some men in their family. So yeah, you're definitely detaching. Here we have ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. All right. Close it out. Let's close it out. Yeah. So somebody comes from family of brothers or uncles or something where you felt, or even if you just had one person in your family that just had this quiet strength, just their physical presence was enough for you to be a part of an organization where people like to make people feel worthless, setting them up, you know, claiming that they're sex workers and traveling overseas and doing stuff, trying to get people locked up. I mean, just craziness, lying on people. You know, here's the time. This right here, Source is saying to you, time is ticking away. Time is ticking away. The sands of time. Somebody is now just focusing on time being relative. Time being relative. The only thing that matters is now. Only thing that matters is now. So some people are going to think that you're being selfish because you're investing in yourself. But divine timing is everything. You are not stuck or headed in the wrong direction. Drawing the hourglass asks you to have patience with whatever your current situation is. All will come to pass when the moment is just right. This card can also indicate that something you are waiting for is just on the horizon. Yeah, I feel like somebody keeps traveling to a place, hoping that maybe you'll run into somebody, maybe thinking you're familiar with maybe where people travel, and you feel like you're missing, like you all are missing each other, right? But divine timing is everything. Divine timing is everything. So you may feel like, oh, if I go to the park, maybe I'll meet them there. If I go here, maybe I'll meet them there. If I go to this place, maybe I'll meet my person there. But divine timing is everything. So Source is just shifting some things around, because if you're familiar with someone's, you know, comings and goings, then other people are too, in which could, like I said, people who are still obsessed are also watching every little thing that they do too. So if you were part of an organization where people stalk people and they're obsessed with ending them in some way or sacrificing them too, they have spirit guides that's saying, okay, you were about to go here, but now I'm rerouting you here. So Source is trying to help you to really tap into your psychic abilities and your psychic gifts and reach out via telepathy. Yeah. So think before you act. Yeah. Beware, love affairs at work rarely end well. Don't lose your mind. Somebody could have been in a relationship with somebody that they worked with and it just didn't work out well. You are a light worker and you have the gift of foresight. Gambling. Excessive gambling can have dangerous consequences. Independence. Manage money yourself. Independence guarantees security and mind power. All right, that is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Again, happy Venus retrograde. Venus, and then also use your wisdom. There's that owl again. So Source is saying to you, use your wisdom. Use your wisdom. If you're still just looking at the physical existence of something, you have a new love coming across your path. But if you were part of any organization that was trying to restrict some people or make people feel worth less than they are, and you got all of this information about their comings and goings, and you know, I usually will typically see, you know, this song that's coming up to is the Alicia Keys song. That one of the first videos she made, the guy used to come into the coffee shop where she worked on a regular basis. But if you're familiar with someone's kind of sort of schedule and kind of sort of where they coming and going, so it's like, don't make it obsessive, you know, like an obsession where people are like, wait a minute, were you following me? Like, okay, that's creepy. You know, Source is saying to you, not if you have other ways of communicating by phone, text message, email, whatever the case may be, to reach out to people. But somebody has gotten to a point of, just like I said, so familiar with something that Source wants you to learn how to get more familiar with your spiritual gifts. Get more sharp in your spiritual gifts. Right? So that's what I'm seeing for you all. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.